Damien Comolli has officially joined Juventus as general manager. Now, people may wonder who Comolli is. Some people may say if he's the guy that's up for the task to oversee this Juventus new management. His previous experiences show that he could be a gamble that could revolutionize Juventus or dismantle Juventus even more. Now, yesterday was a beautiful day, but now it's time to turn the shift back to our beloved Juventus. So, Damien Comolli, well, he has joined Juventus as a general manager, and I said this in the beginning of the video as well. But of course, guys, make sure to smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, push notifications for all the live streams and also for the new videos that are coming out. And yeah, guys, keep it up, and let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Because it's a lot of changes happening in the Juventus management. Giorgio Chiellini going to be the director of in the sporting department with Comolli as well. So we're getting a lot of new things coming in. Comolli is he has a lot of experience, but there's a lot to gamble with. There's a lot to gamble with this guy Comolli. So he could be beneficial for us, or he could dismantle Juventus even more. Now, that's the fear that a lot of Juventus fans and a lot of Juventini have. But I think with Damien Comolli and his idea, it could bring something new to Juventus with the help of Tognozzi and with the help of Giorgio Chiellini as well behind him. And I think that's what's important. And also, if we're going to get another sporting director, right? There's links with Masada. There's a lot of things with that. So don't worry. We're going to talk about, of course, all of that too with Masada. That'll be in a different video. But Damien Comolli, with his previous experiences, I mean, we could go back to, when he was at Liverpool, Arsenal, even at Tottenham. A lot of people know that he was the one that discovered Luka Modric. So I feel like with Comolli as a guy that could be the inside guy to oversee this Juventus new management, I feel like that he could do well. But like I said, he could be a gamble because, as we see in certain reports, there was some news about Marco Silva becoming the next Juventus manager. And I was like, that is not a Juventus coach material. And then this was, highly likely, this is what was, liked by Comolli, and for me, listen, I don't think he's a Juve material, Marco Silva, but I feel like with Comolli there, I mean, listen, there was just rumors, about Marco Silva. But, Comolli, I mean, we know his back history with, him being a former scout, him being a former sporting director. But we know that he didn't do as great as a sporting director in recent clubs. I mean, him as a president for Toulouse, I think that was his better experiences, if I'm wrong. Because Toulouse, they just qualified for Europe another time as well. They also won in 2023 the Coupe de France as well. So I'd say that was a good achievement for him, for his resume, to at least build like a little project, which I've been tired of hearing. But I feel like him as not a sporting director, not as a scout either, because we have Tognozzi there that's going to be the head of the scouts, maybe even more, maybe into a sporting director, right? So I think with Comolli, he could be a good addition to the team to oversee all the departments in the sporting management of things. So, the next steps, of course, will be getting either keeping Tudor or, of course, finding a different coach that could, I would say fit the Juventus caliber. But I am, like I said, I have my optimism about Comolli, about what he could do, because I know there's a lot of things that he has done well, and there's a lot of things that he has done not so well. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that this is going to be like it's going to be based on like the price tags, right? In terms of the mercato, because he's going to be also in charge of Juventus's financial plans as well. So I think that Comolli is a gamble, Yes, I know a lot of fans, worried about it, but I think that we could be positive. And of course, I'm a positive, Juventus fan. I like to be always positive, but sometimes, of course, I have to criticize Juventus when they need to be criticized. Um, but I think that this could be a good step in terms of rebuilding this new Juventus. The rejuvenation of Juventus. This is the next steps that we need to do. We got rid of a couple of guys like Calvo, Giuntoli as well, leaving. So, not just that, but some of the other guys. We got Tognozzi back. That he was the one that found those Juve next gen, the gems of the Juve next gen. So, I think that this could be good for Juventus. In terms of going forward, in terms of the management wise, right? You also got some Juventinita in it. Chiellini coming in as well, being more involved in the sporting department now. And, possibly more Juventini coming. We shall see. We shall see. So, um, of course, there's going to be lots of players linked with the club at the moment, but right now, the whole management needs to make a decision as to who do they want to keep as the coach. Because I know the coach is the main question if Igor Tudor is going to be our guy for next season, which most likely will be. But, yeah, I mean, I think that Comolli could be a really good addition for this Juventus. But the thing is, I'm not sure because there is some signings that do concern me. I mean, we go back to the Liverpool days, right? When he was a sporting director at Liverpool. We could talk about that some of the players that he signed flopped. And they spent a lot of money. But I think with his experience now, it did because this was way back then. I mean, this was we're going back to wow, even before Tottenham time as well. When he was at Tottenham. So I think that he's gained a lot of experience. I mean, he also was a president as well of Toulouse. So to come join Juve as a general manager, I think that could be good in terms of the inside. Could he be the one to replace Marotta, which we've been trying to find a new replacement, basically somebody that can take over the reins and to oversee the whole sporting director. I mean, that's also a thing that I feel like that if Giuntoli had somebody like Comolli, could he have done better in some of the signings? Could he have done better with a couple of things with a guy like that, and also him keeping the pressure on Giuntoli? That's also a thing that we need to think about as well. Because I already have my opinion on Giuntoli. I already said this on the live, but I think if he had somebody that was right, on top of him in terms of the roles, I think that this could be, it could have been a way better scenario, But he didn't. He basically had a lot of control, Giuntoli, in terms of the what to do with the money in terms of the signings, right? So, I'm gonna see. Listen, I'm hoping Comolli is going to be a great, general manager. But the thing is also, there's have that little optimism, especially after what happened, this season with Motta and Giuntoli. I have a lot of optimism. I'm very optimistic about this whole situation with the Juventus management. Because we cannot be, okay, this guy leaves, we're gonna put a little band-aid. We can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. This is Juventus who we're talking about. Juventus needs to come back to where it should be, and it starts next season. Next season is going to be very crucial for Juventus to come back to winning ways in terms of the Campeonato. It will be hard. Yes, it will be hard. But I feel like if Tudor does stay, that will be also something that we could, at least have the positive, because it's been crazy the past couple weeks in terms of the coaches, right? We all know that. But I think if Comolli can get Tudor to stay, unless he could find somebody that is better than what Tudor is at the moment, I think that Comolli can do a good job if we could, back Tudor or find another person that could really take over the coaching reins at Juventus. Now, of course, with the mercato, Comolli's going to have a big job, of course, of overseeing everything in terms of, just everything. He's going to be the guy that's going to be checking off everything. So I'm hoping that he could do a great job in terms of being creative with it as well. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to be, okay, let's spend 85 million for Osimhen. Let's do this and that. Find those little gems that we didn't really find, like that Gentili didn't find, right? So if we could find those little gems, I think also for the first team, I think that'd be perfect. Tognozzi has already done a great job at doing that for the Juve's next gen in the past. Now he's coming back as well, so that's going to be great in terms of helping, just the team's core in general, because that's what we've been missing. We've been missing the Juventus core for quite some time. So I think in terms of Juventus's future, I say that if we could keep Tudor, it could be positive in terms of building the team as well with Tudor. But the thing is, of course, if you can find somebody better, Comolli, that's your job, bro. You gotta do it. And Comolli, I think, can do a great job at seeing good talents. Seeing a lot of things with Tognozzi and Chiellini as well at his side, and that's gonna be the big test. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts. Of course, benvenuto, Damien Comolli. And yeah, of course, smash the likes. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment on what you guys think of this appointment from Juventus for Damien Comolli. So let me know, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.